Welcome everyone. Today is April the 6th, 2025, and I was gifted something that brought me so much joy, and I'm so excited to share with you because I wanted these so bad. So I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and all over the place, even Amazon, advertising electroculture rods. But here's the problem, is that there's a specific way that they need to be made and used. And if you don't do it correctly, it will have a reverse effect. So instead of putting all kinds of energy into your soil, it's going to pull it out and put it in the air. And you don't want that. So I have found a channel a long time ago that I have been sharing out to everybody who understands this stuff or wants to learn. And I've encouraged them to check out his website because he makes these himself and they are done properly. And so I've had people purchase them and absolutely love them. And they also use them indoors too, which I don't really see anybody talking about, but you can use them indoors. And as you can tell, I still have snow, and it actually snowed again last night. So I will not be planting anything outside anytime soon, obviously, because you can't even see the grass. I can just now see my driveway, but that's because I had it plowed. And so for now, I am going to be using these indoors. And then when it gets nice outside that I can actually start to put my gardens in and all that good stuff, I'm going to get some more and I'm going to put them outside. So let's get started. If you are not already subscribed, head on over to Hills Mill Homestead, and I will put a link in the description for Hills Mill Homestead, and check out all his videos. He has quite a bit on electroculture, explaining it, showing you how to make your own, and just showing how he uses them and why it's important and all the good stuff. But he gifted me some, which was so nice, and I got them for my birthday. And I just want to thank him so much for sending these to me because I was not expecting it, and it just made my day. And it's one of the things I wanted for so long, but I just haven't been able to purchase any because, home repairs take up all your money when you have a huge list like I do where so many things need to get fixed. So this here is my croton. It's a tropical plant. It's one of my favorite plants, and I got it for $5 at the store. It's the birthday gift to myself. And I have an electroculture rod in there. So what I want to do is just show you, he sent me 6 of them, but I have some in my other plants, and I will tell you, look at this. This is not a ladybug, it's an Asian lady beetle. That's going to have to go. They are everywhere. So maybe you have them where you are, but out here, oh, there's another one. I have a house that's well, it was built in 1912, and I still have the original windows. So I've learned that these beetle things, these beetles that look like ladybugs and flies nest in your siding and somehow can get in your windows. So I have lots of them that need to go. So just in case you don't know, if you have any of them, you need to make sure they go. They are invasive and they're not good. And how you can tell the difference, if you saw on the top where it looks like they have little white eyes, above them it has like a little white M. That's how you can tell, because ladybugs just have their little eyes. They don't have the white M on their forehead. Those are lady beetles. So just a little added information since it's right in front of me. But with the electroculture rods, I put a link in the description so you can tag Hills Mills Homestead, click on the tag, it'll take you to his channel. And if you like the content, make sure you subscribe and share it out. And now I'm going to get into why you should use these and what you should look for when purchasing them. So I got a very nice info card with mine here. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, it's a little dark in here, so I'll read it out to you. So what you want to do is put the copper coil antenna directly in the soil, but you want to put the short side down in the soil approximately 2 to 4 inches. For best results, place the antenna 4 to 6 inches away from the plant on the south side of the plant or the tree, and the copper coil antenna will produce electroculture benefits up to 3-foot radius. And there is some information on where you look on YouTube. And then I also have some extra info on the back before I tell you what to look for when purchasing them. So just in case you don't know, they are fantastic for bringing in the natural electricity through the antenna into the soil. So there's natural electricity in the air, and all it does is it just attracts it and it pulls it in. It's all natural. It's pretty awesome stuff. And the electrons will boost the growth of bacteria and microorganisms, that are the good ones, in the soil, as well as preventing damage to your plants from pests like slugs and snails. And I will tell you, good gracious, there are so many slugs out here. So I have had to plant everything in 5-gallon buckets, and I could not believe the amount of snails that climb up them buckets to get into my plants. And I know I see stuff all over the place. Oh, use stale beer and this and that. But all these things, and spray your plants. I don't want to spray my plants with anything. And I especially not dish soap, which is toxic chemicals. And I don't want to have to keep buying beer and things like that. So, you know, those things are things that are going to keep costing you money, and it's added extra work. And in the summertime, I know I'm overwhelmed. I have enough to do, especially since I have a short growing season and I have to start preparing for winter all through summer. So I like things that are natural, where you buy it once and you never have to do anything. It's self-maintenance and it's awesome. And so these here, because they're copper, this is one of the natural reasons why it helps repel your pests and your bugs. So number one, slugs don't like copper. So if you have copper around, it's naturally going to repel them. But then also, the healthier your soil and the healthier your plants are, the less your bugs are attracted to them. Something I learned a long time ago is that one of the reasons why you have bad bugs is because when your plant is not completely healthy, it kind of puts out like a signal type thing to let everything know that it's not doing well. It needs something. And that's what attracts your bugs. So your bugs is like, oh, hey, this plant, it's not doing good. Let's go and take care of it. And so a lot of times you get bugs in your plants because it's their way of being attracted to the plants that are not doing well, kind of like nature taking care of nature. So they're going to go to those plants before they go to the healthy ones. They're going to leave the healthy ones alone, but they're going to go and they're going to eat off of the ones that are not as healthy. So the healthier your plants are, the less likely you're going to have bugs. It's just a natural thing. So instead of going towards sprays and synthetic fertilizers and all kinds of stuff, you can naturally use your compost and your manures and all that kind of stuff for your nutrients and your natural fertilizers. And then as an added benefit on top of the things that you're giving your plants what it needs, these rods are also going to add to it. So just putting a rod in there is not going to mean that, oh, you don't have to do anything else because it's going to give your plant everything it needs. No, it's just going to add to your plant already having the things that it needs. It's going to give it extra benefits. So you have to make sure you have good quality soil. That's number one in your plants, and good quality water that you're feeding it. And it has a good right amount of water and all that good stuff. And the rods are just going to help amplify your healthy plant and to make it even better and to repel those bugs and pests and all that stuff. So those are some of the benefits. But if you want the exact details and the breakdown, make sure you head on over to Hills Mill Homestead, and he does give a lot more detailed and specific information than what I'm giving you, because I want you to go over there and listen and watch the videos and learn so much good stuff. Now, how to use them. So as you can see over here, that lady beetle, she wants to be YouTube famous and my little assistant, but not going to happen today. So she's getting her couple seconds of fame, and then she's going to go back to heaven. And so these here are the rods that I got. You can see one side is shorter and one side is longer. So the short side is going to go in your soil just like this, and I have it on the south side of the plant, and I put it as far as I could. I'm very limited, so I can't go 4 inches. But, you know, I went to the edge as much as I could. And so I'm hoping this is going to help my plant thrive because it is one of my favorites and it's so awesome. But when you are looking for electroculture rods, it is super important to make sure that they're made properly. Now, you can't just take a rod and just put some spirals in it and that's it. You do have to know what you're doing, and there is reasonings behind that, and Mickey does explain that, so make sure to check out his videos. But I'm just going to give you a basic rundown. So something I also learned a long time ago is that if you are in North America, you are going to need to make sure that your coils are being wound clockwise going down. If you're in South America, or sorry, the Southern Hemisphere, so if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're thinking clockwise going down. But if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you need to make sure that your little spiral is being spun counterclockwise going down. Otherwise, you're going to get a reverse effect. We don't want a reverse effect. And like I said, it's best to put it on the south side. That is going to help give you the most benefits, but also you want to make sure it's wound correctly and you're also using it correctly. So you got to make sure that it's wound properly, and there's some other important information too. So I'm just giving you the basics to let you know that it's not just about twirling something and making all these fancy like images. It's not a work of art. It's a work of science. So you want to make sure that whoever's making them understands original Tesla technology and how to use it. So these are not just, oh, it's just a piece of artwork and it's pretty and stuff. No, there's a huge science behind it. So I'm not interested in our time Tesla, which is Elon Musk Tesla. To me, that's fake Tesla. But if you look back into the Nikola Tesla, original Tesla, and you understand the things that he did and why he did what he did and how he was able to get these massive benefits to things and getting things to work, that's where this comes from. So this is nothing new. This is really old, ancient technology that works. And, you know, it's something that Tesla was telling people back in the day. And there's actually tons of pictures of farmers using electroculture rods of all different sizes made correctly. And the things that they grew were massive. They did not use synthetic fertilizers. There's no Miracle Grow, which is by, Monsanto stuff. There's none of that. And you will never see Miracle Grow on any of my things at all. So no Miracle Grow for me. But, it's just back in the day, there is a lot of natural organic farmers who just simply put these electroculture rods in their farm, like just their traditional gardens, nothing special, just your traditional gardens. And it made such a massive difference on top of, again, making sure they had good soil and natural fertilizers. Put your copper coils in there, and it had such a positive and natural effect that they were getting huge things to harvest, like cabbages that were massive, and even tomatoes. Everything was so much bigger than what we grow today using just our depleted soil and then all the chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So it's nothing new, and I just hope everybody looks into this. And I also want to encourage everyone to also go to his YouTube page, click on the About section, and check out his website, because you can purchase these. He hand makes these, and you can purchase them, and they are dirt cheap and extremely affordable. And there's also different kinds too. So these are just the normal ones, but he also has bigger ones, and those ones are amazing, especially for your trees outside. So if you have any kind of fruit trees, it doesn't even have to be fruit actually, if you have any trees, but especially people with fruit trees, because you depend on those for your fruits. So if you have fruit trees and you are, wanting to help keep them in the best health you can, and also you know, naturally repel your pests and your bugs and just give them a nice little boost in life. Then you can also purchase the ones that are much bigger that are specifically for your trees, but you can also put those in your garden too. Now, these ones here, these ones right here, the regular ones, they do a radius of 3 feet. So if you're planting in 5-gallon buckets, well, I don't know anybody that puts more than one plant in a 5-gallon bucket because, you know, the more root space you have, the better your plant's going to do. So you really shouldn't be putting more than one plant in a 5-gallon bucket. And so anyways, if you're doing container gardening, you're going to need 1 rod per container. So because, you know, your soil's not extending to the next bucket. So everything that's in this container here is going to benefit from this rod. But if I had another container next to it, the soil's not touching. So you're going to need to put another rod in there. But if you have a raised bed, what you could do is figure out a 3-foot radius, put it in the middle. So instead of having to put one for every single plant, you could put like one in the middle of your 3-foot radius. So, you know, if you had an 8-foot bed, you could use one, but it would probably be best if you used 2. But still, you know, you only need to have in a 4x8, I would say like 2 electroculture rods here should be good enough. Yeah, if you can put one at every plant, great. But, you know, I know, you know, times are hard and people, you know, can have to budget, and it's very difficult to even get the basics and the things you need. So when people do purchase things, you do need to try and make it stretch and last as much as possible. So that's what I'm always thinking, like, okay, how can I be as efficient and cost effective as possible, but still getting the same end result? So for me, you know, if you're on a tight budget, but, you know, you really are trying to do your best, then I would say, you know, if you can only afford to put 1 rod per raised bed, then that's better than nothing. Just make sure you put it in the middle. And if you can get 2 in there, then make sure you put 2 and have it equally spaced out in the middle. And that should help you. But if you got a lot of money, then I would say put 1 for each plant. I mean, I think that's awesome. You're probably going to do very, very well. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that I was gifted this very special gift that I absolutely love, and I hope people will continue to check out his website and learn. He has so much information, not just about electroculture, but he has tons of excellent gardening information, and also for all you people out there with sawmills, because I know I have a whole bunch. I know there's a bunch of people that in this YouTube community I'm in, you got sawmills or you want one. And so there's a lot of stuff you can learn from Hill's Mill Homestead. He has a sawmill too. How awesome is that? So you can learn some sawmill stuff and wood and lumber, and then you can also learn about your gardening. So make sure you head on over there and check out his channel, and make sure to leave a comment on any videos that you watch so he knows you watch them. And like the videos and subscribe if you like his content, and also share it out so other people can learn as well, because, you know, I think it's important that we all grow together and we share all the information that we learn. So you can get all the specific details and learn why these are made the way they are. But I just wanted to give you a basic, you know, little demonstration here so you can see how I'm using them, and I think they're so awesome. So I will give you an update throughout the summer on my plant, and we can see how well it's doing, because I think she's gorgeous. I rescued her from the giant tiger store. She's a little $5 plant. You know, they don't really take care of anything there, and I think she's gonna love her new house once we have a better view, because, you know, look at, she gotten a little droopy over here, but I would too if that was my view. But so anyways, you know, everyone needs a little boost. So I hope you are having an amazing day and you have the most abundant garden, and I cannot wait to see everyone's videos on everything you're growing and all your tips. So if you have any good information, especially that is something you want to share with people and hopefully help them, please feel free to stick it in the comments. And if you watch the video, check out the comments and you might learn something, because, you know, we all need to share our information and help each other out. So don't forget, any good information, let me know, because I want to learn as much as I can every single day. And also everybody else can check out that information as well too. And I will see you on the next video.